Can everybody hear me? Am I good? Um, Damn, my stream be looking crazy on my monitor. Um, Sorry, my brain's all over the place. You see how I'm like shaking? So uh why is my camera out of focus? Um, okay, so let's just sorry for looking at the camera. I'm just gonna get into it. So like to try to like put it the most honest to everybody, I found Supermega in college. I was 3 weeks older than Matt. I was so inspired by the stupid shit that these boys were doing. And I felt like, I don't know, like I was inspired. My entire career got started in 2017 by H3H3. And that all I've ever wanted to do is YouTube. Making content, making clothing, making like drawing, like producing videos, doing content has been the only thing I've ever wanted to do. And Super Mega was the first channel that I fully interacted with in person. That like wanted to put me in things and wanted to like shout me out more than like others. I've had a lot of people that I've worked for credit me. I think really if I truly think about it, like obviously Ethan and Hila, they were the first. They put me on the map. They literally gave me my career. Eddie Burback, so nice to me. Eddie was the first person, I think, to give me a bonus. Um, like Nakey Jakey was so good to me. Like I had really good people. But Super Mega did better than all of that for me because I was not only was I inspired by these guys, but these guys, like I said, they wanted to put me in content. They wanted to like give me an opportunity to do more than what I had been given elsewhere, and that meant everything to me. And so the sound is really quiet. Am I better now, you guys? Sorry. I'm freaking out. How's my mic now? Okay. So I don't know. I just sorry to like kind of like start over with that, but Super Mega was a dream job for me. When I say that I loved my job, I meant it. It was everything. Um, but so here's the beginning. I started working for Super Mega a couple years ago, and in January of 2021, I went to the Plex for the first time. I met Jackson, I met Matt, I met Ryan. It was the coolest day. These guys connected with me. They told me all of my ideas were incredible. I I felt like I fit in. Like it was amazing. I was so fucking happy. It was like literally like I went home and told my boyfriend like I couldn't believe that like I had this opportunity. And so like I began production. I started the Super Mega Mart for them. And starting from then, it went from like once a week to every few days to every day I was in the office. I I went to the office every day. I was there before everybody. I was there after everybody. I wasn't an employee. I was a contract artist. And I loved my fucking job. I loved what I got to do with those guys. Um uh I sorry, I'm so distracted. I loved that. I I did everything I wanted to do for them to show them that I loved that ability, that position, just the opportunity to be around them. So I cleaned the office constantly. I reorganized that place for them often. It's very messy there. This is before Justin. This is while Justin was someone that worked remotely, so I had never met him before. So I I don't know, like I started to pick up things, in 2021, like, but dude, I was such a huge fucking fan that like I could put aside ignorance because I wanted to give them the opportunity because I thought it was just ignorance, Um, I come from the Midwest. I come from the St. Louis area where like, like I was called the F slur like my whole childhood. I saw racism everywhere. Like, so I had friends growing up that I tolerated even because they were just like they said stupid shit and I tolerated it and I just put it aside. So like I think I did that for Matt and Ryan as well. But there are things that I never did tolerate. Um so um August of 2021 is whenever I joined Supermega officially. That was August 12th. I know it off the top of my head. Like literally, I don't even have to look at anything. I know it. That was literally the greatest day of my life. I was so fucking happy. Um, so the thing is though, is there's shit that happened on my first day of work that my stupid ass just like I put it behind me because I was so happy. And so the first thing that happened, um, fuck. Sorry guys. Let me As you can tell, I didn't plan this. I didn't plan like what I was gonna say right now. So I'm trying to like chronologically give it to you guys like in the best way. So let me just go up and hold on. Let me pull up my tweet about Super Mega. Let's start with that. Let's fucking go there. Because I was having a manic episode, staying at Ethan. Ethan is online and Lex are literally like you have no idea how much those two people mean to me. Like I manically tweeted out something that I shouldn't have said. And I talked about that a few weeks ago. I tried to kill myself. Those two were with me for 24 hours basically after that. And like the true amount of friendship that like Ethan, Lex, Jordan, Nick, like I'm trying to think of like I'm probably gonna forget other people, but like there's so many people that I've been introduced to in the past year that have truly shown me true friendship that I hadn't actually realized before. And I just can't thank them enough. So, all right, sorry. So I was at Ethan's house and I saw what happened at Creator Clash and I was already just I don't know, I seeing those two fucking morons kiss, I was like, you guys are just trying to like, yeah, you kiss in content beforehand, but now I felt like trying to bait me to try to say something, or you're just trying to be fucking ignorant to queer, not even just bait me, I guess, but to queer bait like the world and like, it's like they kiss each other and then they can say the F slur and like do dumb stuff because then it's like, you don't really know. Like, like, I fool around. I've kissed a guy before. Like, I'm not the straightest person, type shit. Dude, I can't get my fucking tweet to load. I'm fucking losing it right now, you guys. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna scroll through my Twitter. I gotta find it. I didn't. It was. I'm trying to find my own tweet. So as you all know, I haven't been online that much. Being told to go kill myself for the past few months has been pretty tough. Okay, so I tweeted out my stupid ass. A phony gay kiss for public isn't funny, and neither was/is all the homophobic shit said in private. I said that. That was my first message about Super Mega. Then my next tweet, to follow that up, was also, by the way, you guys, when Matt and Ryan fired me, they offered me 2 months severance in exchange for a contract to never talk about them. And because I'm an artist and I live in LA and I need fucking money, I signed the goddamn contract and was like, all right, there I go. Like, you guys now know in perpetuity that I can't say it's the golden, like, it's called a non-disparagement. It means that if you can't say anything nice about them, you can't say anything at all. And I am so fucking terrified that these guys are gonna sue me because I can't afford to legally represent myself. And that's why I've been so fucking scared to talk about these guys. Like, brother, like, I'm trying to, like, pay rent. Like, I'm not trying to, like, get in a fucking lawsuit. I don't want drama. Like, so basically, I tweeted in a manic state. My last tweet was incredibly vague, and I honestly should have thought it out before posting it. Very true. I'm honestly terrified to talk about my experience. A lot of my experience was not positive. I was used as an excuse to make homophobic jokes with no consequences. I felt pressure to go along with it because I wanted to be liked, even though I knew the jokes weren't acceptable. The day I realized things were beyond inappropriate, I tried to get a book signed for a young fan that attempted suicide. Sorry, I'm losing my place. Because he was being bullied because he was gay. Instead of taking it serious, the kid was made fun of in front of me because the jokes weren't sure if he was. They weren't. Basically, Matt and Ryan weren't sure if he was a fan or not. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure I read word for word. Numerous jokes were made, but the worst thing said was, "Sorry you tried to kill yourself. Here's a book." I broke down crying and explained that I had been in the same position at his age, but still it was a joke to them. The jokes only stopped once I raised my voice, and all that was said was a simple, "I'm sorry." While my other boss, Ryan McGee, walked out of the room without saying anything. I'm completely terrified talking about this publicly. My mental health hasn't been good in a good place in a long time. I was a massive fan for years, so joining the channel was a huge achievement for me. And on top of that, I've had such a positive experience with the fan base. Going public about this has been the scariest thing I've ever done. I really don't want to cancel anyone and I don't want to create drama. I just feel it's incredibly important to stand up for the gay community and call out homophobia. I 100% stand by what I said. That, like, literally, I couldn't say it better. All of that is completely fucking true. Had I fucking known that that was the only thing I could say, like, no one really, like, it's, like, I couldn't say any more because I was, at that point, Matt and Ryan had already had their attorney warn me that they will sue me 2 times. They've warned me twice now that they will fucking sue me. I helped them get the attorney that they have, and because of fucking Jackson. And so I know that they have the fucking real deal. Like, they have, like, their attorney is so good that, like, if the guy wants to, he can ruin my fucking life. And all they have to do is just tell him go for it. Because, you know, obviously, the brother wants to get paid. So, so that's what I said. I made that tweet. And when I made that tweet, I was given so much love. For maybe an hour. I felt so good and respected, and I felt like people were trusting me, and I felt like I did the right thing to come forward. But then Supermega tweeted. And then it went from me being proud of myself to me wanting to kill myself because I felt like I ruined my career by talking about what they did to me. Because they fucking lied. Because Matt Watson's a liar. And Ryan McGee's a liar. And Jim's a fucking liar. They're terrible people. I fucking hate those guys. They were really bad people to me. So, Supermega, the next thing is, they tweeted out and they said, "We are aware that our ex-employee Leighton Stollard has made a statement about us accusing us of homophobia behind the scenes. We want to state unequivocally that No one at Supermega believes that certain people are better or worse based on their sexual orientation. From the beginning, we have always supported the LGBTQ plus community openly and will always continue to do so. Last month, we made the difficult decision to let Leighton go. We were surprised that Leighton chose such a broad brush to paint his past experience with our company. The jokes we made were playing along with Leighton's bits on the channel. And, sorry, um, I'm getting all very overwhelmed. Uh, Leighton's, okay. In the videos and around the office, Leighton made sarcastic comments about his sexuality and made it a staple of his character. All the jokes we made were within the boundaries he set. We've had many meetings to discuss communication and feelings with Leighton, most notably 2 separate meetings within the last 6 months. Sorry, I just keep looking at chat to make sure that you guys can hear me, and that this is okay. Um, can is my audio fine, everyone? Before I keep going, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, thank you. Um, where was I at? Okay, let me just start that one over. Sorry, I'm not gonna make any. I'm not gonna stop moving forward. I want to fully read Supermega's statement. We've had many meetings to discuss communication and feelings with Leighton, most notably 2 separate meetings within the last 6 months to make sure we were not crossing any boundaries and that he felt comfortable around the office. On both occasions, Leighton assured us that he had no problem with the jokes and that we were all on the same page in terms of the satirical nature of the bits. We stressed time and time again that if any joke ever made him feel uncomfortable, we would, of course, stop making them and apologize. As as well as professionally, also reached out to Leighton privately many times through his employment at Supermega and received the same response. He didn't mind. Uh, uh, um, Wait, is there an ad? Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. I wish I could turn that off. I really do. I don't want to try to seem like I'm trying to monetize anything. Okay, so they said that they had reached out to me many times through his employment at Supermega and received the same response. He didn't mind and insisted it was all in good fun. He never said he was uncomfortable with the humor or asked us to lay off. We take any issues our employees have with the company seriously. We care about the people who work for us. We always want them to feel comfortable. Leighton also tweeted about a situation in which we supposedly laughed and wouldn't sign a book for a young victim of suicide attempt. I never said they wouldn't sign it. Sorry. This is a distorted retelling of what actually happened. A person close to Leighton asked him if we could sign a copy of our book to give a young person who had attempted suicide after being bullied for their sexuality. We, of course, agreed. We each signed our names and wanted to add a personal note, so we inquired further. It turned out that the person was not familiar with Supermega in the slightest. I didn't say that. Leighton claimed in his tweet that the person was a young fan, but we were told that they did not know who we were, but watched YouTube in general. We raised concern about the appropriateness of sending merchandise of our channel to someone in that situation, skeptical that it would come across as vain or self-insertive. These concerns were misread as jokes at the expense of the situation instead of legitimate worries. We had a long conversation with Leighton to resolve any miscommunications, and we still offered to sign the book for him. Any misplaced feelings were set aside, and we resolved the issue with a hug. Those who know us know that we have a history with suicide and take it very seriously. Not a day goes by, not a day goes by where the gravity of that situation doesn't weigh on us, and we encourage anyone dealing with suicidal thoughts to seek professional help and reach out to loved ones. You are not alone. We admit that we are 2 immature dudes who can be sophomoric when it comes to comedy. However, we have never used humor to mask actual bigotry. While we have been irresponsible with the style of humor, there is never any hatred in our hearts. And stemming from someone's sexuality, race, gender identity, etc., we always try our best to make sure that the people around us feel comfortable. We'd like to end this by extending a public apology to Leighton for any of the times he has felt uncomfortable with our jokes. We felt that this was important to us. We ask that nobody harass Leighton. We wish him the best moving forward. All right. Okay, let me just address the sorry, let's go. I a while back I broke down like their tweet, so like for myself. And so like let me just break down their tweet for you guys real quick, and then I'll tell the rest of my Supermega story chronologically. I'm reading chat right now a little bit. I'm seeing the questions about other employees. I'll just get this. Yeah, I'll get to it. I will literally mention every employee. I will talk about my experience with every single employee of Supermega. So the claims in their videos and things like yes. The jokes that they made in videos I was okay with because they were in videos. I knew what it was. I knew it was content. So that was always fine. My issues are things that just weren't on camera. We did have 2 meetings. When Matt said that, when they said they had mini meetings with me, we had 2. And basically, I was telling these fuckers constantly about my BP1, my bipolar 1 and BPD, and my paranoia, and how I literally feel like every person in my fucking life hates me all the time. Matt was the first person to fucking talk about that. I hadn't really made my mental health a fucking thing publicly, and then I'm streaming one day, and then Matt, it was someone in my chat just was like, "Hey, Matt said on the podcast that he's gonna take away your fucking lithium. I have bipolar 2, and or like something like that, along the lines of that." And I played it off on stream, you know, but like afterwards, like, you know, like it was fucking weird. Why? When I was fired, fucking Jim blamed my BPD on why I hate him. I hate him because the fucker sucks. Tried to constantly like go over me to do my job before me. And like it seemed like above me, but then also the dude would just sit at his desk all day making stream assets for himself, or like do a tweet or two for Supermega, and then Matt and Ryan would bend over backwards clapping, be like, "Oh my god, fantastic work, Jim." And then like I don't know, but sorry, it's besides the point. I'm just rambling. It's just I just think it's so fucking pathetic that Jim, instead of taking accountability for being a fucking asshole around the office to not just me, to Justin as well for many months, that dude was on such a high horse where he annoyed the absolute fucking shit out of Justin and I. Like, literally, you could be talking and this fucker would just speak over you as loud as possible until you would shut the fuck up, and would repeat another idea to make it seem like it was his idea, or like the dude just had like the cringiest behavior of just having to be the loudest in the room, the funniest in the room, and always having Matt and Ryan's attention. It fucking sucked. I hated Jackson because I did Jackson's job for him for fucking months. Before I was ever like, I was never paid for it. I was never given a pay raise for it. Like, I was given a pay raise with Supermega, but that was because we had agreed on me getting paid after a certain amount of time, closer to what my previous salary was. But it's like when Jackson was fired, they literally just offloaded all of his responsibilities onto me, with like, and just like was like, "All right, Leighton, that's it. You know, you just keep doing Jackson shit for him." So you know, Jim was just like the opposite of Jackson, where instead of like not doing shit at all, the dude just like, he tried so hard to seem like he was doing everything while also not really doing shit. Like, besides, you know, again, sending emails and putting out some tweets, which is clearly hard work. Like really, really hard work. It's hard to do that. So sorry, I'm being petty. So sorry, let me see what other notes I had. So one thing, to kind of tell you guys about the way that the environment at the office would be, since last year, like last summer, anytime I would come into the office 5 days a week, pretty much here's how the operation would work. If I come into a room where everybody's in, they're laughing, they're joking, if I join the conversation, if I sit in and I listen, I'm fine. But if I start talking and I actually involve myself, either the group circles in closer, so I'm not in the actual physical circle. Someone will talk over me until I shut up. Uh, Someone will say a joke like "you're gay," or stuff like that, because it's funny. But I would get downplayed or ignored or talked over, or just I was given this like petty treatment. And then I'm sitting there thinking, these guys clearly fucking hate me because they're doing this to me every day. And then I ask them why they hate me and if they have issues, and they're like, we're good with our issues. We just need to communicate more. But yet they keep fucking doing this shit to me. They kept literally these people in front of me would like imagine like the people who you think are your best friends. Now imagine all of them in front of you making plans to hang out with each other after work all the fucking time and not at inviting you. And it's not like I felt entitled, like I had to be involved, but it literally felt like petty shit that they were making plans in front of me because they all knew that they were my only friends at the time, like around. Like my other friends also do content and they're very, very busy with their jobs. So those guys I saw the most. So they would be making plans to go do shit after work in front of me and then not ask me if I wanted to go. And then it happened so much that I truly feel like it was on purpose. Um, Dude, I'm like I could wring my fucking shirt out. I'm like, it's so gross. Um, okay, so my next thing that my note was so they gaslit me for 4 months about Ryan's birthday party. That's fucking real. So basically, if you guys saw Lex's video, which I should have said this earlier, please, 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 please. If how long have I been streaming? I feel like I've been going for like 2 hours, like literally, like what? 28 minutes? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. If you guys are willing to listen to me, please, I swear to God, please go watch Lex's full video. The courage that it took for her to come out and say everything is insane. It is so vulnerable, and I'm so proud of her. So please, like, please, if you're willing to listen to me or anyone else, please go watch Lex's video after this, and you'll really get so much context. But basically, last summer for Ryan's birthday, I was trying to involve myself because I thought he was one of my best friends and it was his birthday and I didn't want my friend to be alone on his birthday, but he kept telling me he was going to do nothing that night. And then I hear from Lex and Rav, one of them accidentally said that they had a party that night to go to, and I thought that was fucking weird. And so again, my paranoia is going, but then I'm telling myself, no, it's just bipolar because the people that I think are my friends are telling me that nothing's wrong. They're telling me that they're my friends and they don't hate me. But what I think I'm seeing and what I think I'm watching is these people are alienating me on purpose. And I think Ryan has a birthday party that's pre-planned because I'm pretty positive every fucking person I know has plans tonight. And also, oddly enough, why are no of my friends that are all content creators not posting on social media? Everybody uses their Instagram stories all the fucking time, but that night, nothing. I thought that was just fucking weird. So I go home that night and I'm like on my couch, just literally like in my head the whole time, just thinking something's up. I really just was like, something is just fucking up right now. And I was just telling my boyfriend, and he, encouraged me to take my medication to help ease my paranoia, to calm me down, because I thought it was me. And then late that night, I get a text, and it's like, "Hey, Really fucking random. Everyone has just miraculously showed up to Matt's house for a little quick get together for Ryan McGee for his birthday party. But it's not a party, super casual hangout, come over, not a party type shit. Like it was just very, I was just told how vague, like I was sorry, it was just very obviously laid out that it was such a chill, last minute, no expectations. If you can't make it, don't worry about it. Not a birthday party, chill vibe. So I'm given that, but it didn't put me at ease because I'm just like, I just, that made me feel more odd. So I booked an Uber and I go over to Matt's house and I get there and everyone just fucking stares at me. And have you guys ever showed up to a party or shown up to your friends' houses and you could tell that they've been vibing for hours because people have been drinking and you can tell that you have just absolutely missed out on the peak of the night? That is exactly what that was. I was the fucking weird kid that showed up that everyone stared at. I knew I was uninvited. It was odd. So I go and spend the whole night out on the patio smoking with Lex and Rav because they were the only fucking people that were nice to me ever around that office. Like past a like okay, Matt and Ryan were so fucking good to me up until last summer. That's when just things just got shit. So I loved my job until last summer. Creator Clash last year was the peak. It hit. I had the greatest fucking time. I come back from Creator Clash. Everything is weird. Everything was fucking weird instantly. So that party bothered the absolute shit out of me. I knew it was a party. I I don't know how else to explain it, but like I knew it was a party and I could tell. But also it's my fucking paranoia. And so I can't tell like dude, I'm like back and forth with myself. Like I can't tell like what the truth is. And then I can't fucking pry Lex and Rav because they're the only good people to me and I know that in my heart that they were going to that party that night. And I knew that they were torn because Matt and Ryan were giving them the opportunity to stay at the office. So like I can't ask them. Like, like they were dealing with so much shit. Like when dude, like I made the mistake. Like I'm not innocent. I made this mistake last year of giving Lex and Rav way too much space because I was so overwhelmed with my own life that when I would get home from work, I wasn't checking in on them, even though I was like, we would check in on each other at work, like because I was the first one in, like first one out at the office every day. So I saw Lex and Rav every fucking day, every day, always. We hugged each other when I got there. They were always so welcoming. We would just smoke, just chill, and they were the sweetest people. It's Lex, like Lex and Rav are the people that like when you're hanging out with them, they're always the ones contributing all the weed. They're the ones that are ordering Uber Eats and then they pass you their phone and you're like, no, I'm not really hungry. I don't want to get anything. Like, I can't afford it right now. And then they're like, instantly, they look at you like you're fucking stupid for assuming that you have to pay them back. Like, they would just be like, no, like, we're boys. I got you. So, like, yeah. But sorry, I'm losing myself here. I hope you guys understand. Like, the amount of drill I've been in Zion National Park all fucking week. I got 6 hours of sleep for 3 days. Yesterday, I again 6 hours of sleep. So, well, like throughout the whole week, and so a fucking tarantula chased me out of my tent. And so yesterday, I like last night before the night before last, I didn't sleep in my fucking tent because of these tarantulas. And so I sleep in my car without AC and I'm dying in that bitch. And like I get like 10 minutes of sleep. I wake up, me and my best friend go do the most beautiful hike ever yesterday. And all this information drops while I'm on a fucking hike. And casually in and out, I was getting reception. So I was like trying to like check in on it. when I should have been like really focusing on my time with my best friend. That I feel really bad that I'm not. He's literally just waiting on me right now, and I feel terrible. But so which one of you pieces of shit? Whoever just did that, your mom's a hoe. Please do not make it a. Please don't distract me. Um. Okay, I'm sorry. I love you. Whoever did that. I didn't mean that. Okay. Okay. So, I was talking about Ryan's birthday party. Sorry, I'm looking at I made a couple bullet points to make sure I could stay on track in case I got off. But basically, like, anytime I would talk to these guys about my issues with them, they always would give me some sort of reason, like a vague reason that I had done something to bother them. Plus, they feel that because of my BPD and bipolar 1 that I'm an emotional person. And so for them, it was the easiest for them to avoid talking to me about things because they didn't want to get me emotional. And I would be like, but then I think you guys are hiding shit. It was like, so like basically every time I would talk to them to tell them my issues, they would almost make me feel like it was my fucking fault. And it beat me down to the point where I just decided moving forward, when these guys say, are our jokes okay? Or moving forward, like it'd be like they'd be checking in for themselves, but not actually really checking in. And so I didn't care. I was just like, yep, you guys are all set. Because at the end of the day, I'm a person that has a medical condition that I'm going to take pills for and see a doctor for the rest of my fucking life. And I'm a single guy living in Los Angeles, taking care of my boyfriend, putting him through school while I don't know he's cheating on me. Like, I financially ruined myself taking care of this guy. And while I'm being treated like shit at work. And like, everybody knows what was going on in my life, but yet those guys get piling on shit and just lying to my fucking face. And like, you guys, like, I had to move because my landlord wouldn't re-sign my lease, and I was, because Matt and Ryan were my friends, I was complaining to them about how I needed like thousands of dollars to be able to move because it was going to be like, I don't know, between like 9 and like 11 grand to move, because I had to pay off my current lease, and I had to like put a deposit down on a new place, and there was only one place that approved me. And my credit was so bad that I couldn't apply to more. And so I'm telling the boys about how I'm panicking because I got to try to find enough commissions ASAP to pay that off. And Matt just goes, betterhelp.com. Well, sorry, not betterhelp.com. He goes, upstart.com/super. He reminded me that our channel was sponsored by upstart.com. So I got an upstart.com loan at a 37% rising interest because that was my only fucking option, because it was either get a loan or I don't have a place to live and I have to move back to Illinois. And I don't want to lose my job and work, or they would still let me have my job. I would just be working remote, but like I didn't want to work remote. So I take a fucking Upstart loan. If any of you think I'm lying, go back on the podcast. I'm pretty positive there's times that Matt brings it up that I had an Upstart loan and thought it was really fucking funny. Uh, so there's that. What else? Okay, so my next bullet point is, I know you guys want to know about the sign book for the kid. So let me start with that. This one's gonna be hard to talk about. Okay, for context, when I was in middle school in 8th grade, I kissed a boy and let a friend, who the only other person that knew that I was gay, take a video of me kissing this boy for fun, and we sent it to a girl that was our friend because it was funny. We didn't know that she was gonna send it to everyone in my fucking school. And so I go to school the next day and everyone's looking at me. And like, I was the new kid that had like was actually accepted this time because the previous school I wasn't. So like I show up to school and Like, everyone fucking hated me. I was getting bullied so hard, getting told to go kill myself. I got shoved. Like kids were so fucking mean to me. My best friend was so fucking mean to me. Told me to go kill myself. Pretended that we weren't friends at all when he was at my house, like staying the night the week before. Like I got bullied so hard with this kid telling me to go kill myself. And he was Muslim, and I yelled out and explained, like, he was calling me the F slur and telling me to go kill myself and, like, calling me all these slurs and things. And I was like, dude, I was like, imagine if, like, right now I was calling you, like, doing what, like, Southern people do and call anyone Middle Eastern or anything, like, like they call someone, like a terrorist or shit because it's like the mid 2000s. I tried to get on his fucking level and tell him that, like, you don't see me saying that shit to you, just spewing hate speech. And my school took that and said, "Oh, you called this kid a terrorist. Sorry. You definitely deserve all that bullying you just got. So no one's getting suspended. You're in trouble, buddy." And so from that moment, I started skipping school because I knew that my school didn't care about me. And then I got held back. Uh, and my principal told me that he couldn't help me. His name was, why am I going to drop this old bitch's name? But this man looked me in the eyes as a 14-year-old and told me, "I can't help you for things that you choose to do." And he was talking about me being gay. And that was the first time I ever tried to kill myself that day. I instead of going back to class, because I lived a few blocks away from school, I ran home and I tried to kill myself. And then I hid it from my mom. So like that's the worst fucking time of my life. And I explained that to Matt and Ryan in detail like I've just did to you guys. And they dealt with Daniel. So like they could relate, but at the same time, uh, they would make jokes about Daniel. Like they would make jokes where like I'm someone where like I've attempted suicide. I am a very depressed person because of my bipolar. I make jokes about killing myself all the time. That is a true fact. But I make jokes about myself or things like that. I'm not making jokes to hurt people or making jokes about people that have hurt themselves. But Matt and Ryan make jokes about Daniel. Like like they make jokes about Daniel. They make comments like, be like, "I'm gonna go kill my," like if someone makes a comment about someone dying or something being dead or anything like that, like, like I can't give you an exact like example, but like one of the guys would just like yell off in the back and be like, "Oh, like Daniel," or like, like such a clear fucking put down on something so sensitive, and they did it. And when they would do it, I would be like, I would say, "Wow," or I would make a comment because it made me uncomfortable. And I feel like they stopped making a lot of their worst comments around me because they started to feel towards the end that I would be someone that would maybe someday talk about them. They, this sounds so fucking stupid to cry about, but like, they used to make comments at the office because they knew how bad their jokes were. That they would make comments that someday I was going to come into the office and shoot up the place. And that like fucking hurt. Like, and so like I put up with it. Like I wanted them to like me so bad. Like I just wanted them to like me. Like I let the jokes go. I let everything slide because I wanted these guys to fucking like me. And they I go to them because my mom calls me one day. Sorry, I'm back on the story about the kid. They know about my past with me trying to kill myself and being held back and being bullied when I was a kid. So my mom calls me one day last fall, and she tells me, hey, my friend at work, her young son just got exposed for being gay, and he was bullied, and he tried to kill himself. And right now he's in the hospital. And she explained that his family was working on like redoing his room and doing like a care package and all this shit for him to like show him how loved he was and accepted. When I came out, I wasn't accepted at home. I wasn't accepted anywhere. Like, I was so fucking alone. Like, my I'll say it, fuck it. My dad told me he'd kill me if I ever turned out to be gay. And like, so like it's hard for me to handle that. So when my mom tells me that this kid had this happen, it just put me back in that situation and I wanted to help. She said that he was his family knew that he loved YouTube comedy, but they couldn't confirm if he was a fan of Supermega. That they just didn't know, but they knew he liked YouTube comedy. So my mom, so my mom just, my mom has the best fucking heart. So my mom instantly like, she's like, yes, I can get Leighton to get some merch, get him a book. Like, we have to help him. For side context, the reason why it's so sensitive for my mom is because two of her siblings have killed themselves. And so she really wanted to help. So I got the merch ordered for the kid without talking to the boys first. But I come to them, they're both sitting in their desks in this office, and there were 4 desks. Everyone had like Matt and Ryan are on opposite sides of the room, and then across from that, you have my desk and Justin's desk. And Justin was there that day. He was in the room with us. And so I thought nothing of the story. Like, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Like, I just cried because my mom told me about this kid and asked for a book to get signed. And I was like, absolutely. So I asked Matt and Ryan to sign this book. And I start telling them the story. And they instantly just like go the fuck off on these stupid fucking jokes, being like they instantly go, why are we doing this? He's not a fan. Like, how do we know he's a fan? Like it, and I was like, it doesn't matter. Just give him the fucking book. Like, who gives a shit if he's a fan of yours or not? Like, you put the book out for the public. It's not like the book's a for fans only thing, you stupid shits. Like, it was just, it was such a stupid fucking thing to say. And I was like, excuse me? And like, then they start saying shit. Sorry, try to kill yourself. Here's a book. Why are we doing this? And they took so long. Like, they were like literally like they were laughing so fucking hard, enjoying it. And I'm crying in front of these fuckers, telling them like how serious this is to me. And in their tweet, how they say that like we wanted to write a message to the kid. All right. Ryan McGee, Ryan, my good boy Ryan McGee, who takes suicide so fucking sensitive. Ryan, why did you fucking write Josh Osh Bagash? That's your fucking note to a kid who just tried to kill himself, and he's getting a book from a YouTuber. Instead of being said, hey, there's struggles, you're gonna get through this, you're supported, you're loved, like, we support you. I get he they did make fun of him, and like, and then they tweet out and say that they didn't, and then I'm a liar. So Justin sat in the room for that. um I cried pretty hard. I raised my fucking voice. I told them how ignorant they were being. And dude, I fucking hate you so much. Instead of listening to me and hearing me out, Ryan McGee got up and left the fucking room. He went to the Let's Play room to go sit on his phone. He didn't want to hear what I had to say about suicide and about why this kid needed to be taken serious and why they needed to fucking shut up. He didn't care. Matt, I feel more like Matt wanted me to shut up, and he was like in my eyes, the way that I felt like Matt was treating it was like a parent, where he's like, "Fuck, my kid's emotional. I gotta tell them everything's okay and like nurse them down like from this." So, you know, they're giving me this blanket I'm fucking sorry shit that I know they don't mean, and they just want me to stop crying and they want me to shut up. And so Matt comes over while I'm sitting in my chair and, you know, like puts his hand on my shoulder and he's like, you know, I'm sorry, man. And he's like, can I hug you? And Matt and Justin both hugged me and both told me that everything was okay and that I was loved and that they felt really bad for that situation. After that day, I never fucking wanted to talk to them about anything again. I felt so fucking weak. Like if I can't I couldn't trust them for anything. Like I didn't know what they would make fun of moving forward. Let me finish the rest of my bullet points and then I'm going to tell the rest of my story in order. If anybody wants to know, I will say for sure, I would say in the 2.5 years or 2+ years that I was around those guys, they made fun of Daniel. I maybe heard about 5 jokes, like 5 very clear jokes making fun of Daniel, where his suicide was the punchline of the joke. It was Daniel killed himself. That was the punchline. And Matt and Ryan make fun of Daniel for killing himself. They make fun of him for killing himself. So, the next thing I had bulleted down was quoting Matt and Ryan, where okay, so Matt and Ryan said in their tweet, "We admit that we are 2 immature dudes who can be sophomoric when it comes to comedy. However, we have never used humor to mask actual bigotry." That is the most false, dumb shit I've ever fucking heard. Dumb. I am telling you right fucking now, whether it was day 1 of you being around Matt and Ryan or you've been around for a while, you know for a fucking fact, whenever you know them as personal people, that they make jokes that go way too fucking far when it comes to bigotry. And specifically, you guys want to know? Here's the first one. Here's my first example of that. When I was August 12th, 2021, I was hired full-time. I became a true member of Supermega. That was like the coolest day ever. And unfortunately, on that day, 2 things happened that I put in the back of my mind and tried to sweep off because I really wanted to love my job and believe that these guys deep within aren't that dumb of people. And even though they would make jokes about things that I would never joke about. So I get hired, I join the team officially, and then I'm walking down the hallway towards the kitchen, and Matt yells from the office in the back room that he might as well show me his dick and balls because I'm gonna see it anyways. So he goes, "Hey, Leighton,
and I turn around and sure, like I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I just think it's a bit. But I turn around, but the dude's dick and balls are out, and then he puts them away, and I'm like, Matthew, and then like everybody laughs, kind of stuff. So my boss showed me his dick and balls the moment I get hired, and then my bosses also remember the funniest thing they ever came up with. And it's only for employees. And I'm breaking a total code right here by sharing this with you guys. So technically, moving forward, you guys all know the secrets of Supermega. So here's the thing. When you join Supermega, you get told that Chuck E. Cheese has a middle name. They just threw that out there. They go, hey Leighton, what do you think Chuck E. Cheese? They said sorry. The way it first started was oh my god, my mom's calling me. Um, uh, so these guys go. Leighton gets to find out what Chuck E. Cheese's middle name is. Finally, they were really excited. Matt and Ryan they were really fucking excited to talk about this. And then it becomes this game of like, because like Jackson's around and like everyone was in the office. Every Super Mega member knows the Chuck E. Cheese thing. They all know it. Every fucking one of them. Every one of them. They know about Chuck E. Cheese's middle name. And they're like, oh, keep guessing. And like, like I dropped the F slur because I'm like, is it the F slur? And they're like, no, like keep trying. And like, it was so juvenile that finally it comes to me where I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, is it the N word? And by that, I mean, I literally said that. I personally, because I grew up around like constantly seeing fucking racism in the St. Louis area and shit, like, I don't like to use that word. I'm not trying to like sound like, fucking proper and shit, but like, the N word is not my thing. I don't use it. I think it's fucking stupid when people use it. Louis C.K., like any stand up that does it. If you try to make it funny, try to take the word back, it's dumb. Even whenever I was younger, like, love the guy, love iDubbbz, but when he did the N word F slur, fucking stupid. It is not a funny thing. But to Matt and Ryan of Super Mega, the N word, the hard R, is Chuck E. Cheese's middle name. And if you are, I'm sure chat's blowing up and asking, but no, I'm sorry, I see that message now. So did I say it or not? No, I asked them, I said, is it the N word? Like word for word what I just said. I didn't actually use the N word to confirm. I said, is it the N word? And they like start laughing, and I knew it was. But so there's your context. But in the time I was around those guys, Matt and Ryan used the hard R. They use the N word. I have not just when they hint at it and call it Chuck E. Cheese's middle name and give it a new name. Because, like, it's like instead of being like calling it like, oh, Chuck E. Cheese's middle name, those guys, yeah, they would use the N word. I heard it every once in a while. Specifically, here's another example of it. This happened. This would happen multiple times. It even happened right before I got fired. So I'm really sorry to put my ex coworker on blast right here because I'm going to say his name and he's going to get asked a lot about this and he's going to have to confirm it. I'm sorry, Justin, but Ryan would write the N word, like the full word, like hard R and all. He would write the full word down on a sticky note, walk over to Justin's computer, and put it right across the top of Justin's computer in perfect eyesight while he's trying to edit. That's his bit. And then when Justin would see it and be like completely shocked that he just has that in front of his eyes, Justin would obviously make like an awkward, like, oh my God, like, like he'd make a response like that. And then Ryan would get he got what he wanted from it. But every fucking time Ryan would look at me to see if I caught it, and he would always grab the sticky note, wad it up really quick, and he always got rid of it. They never stuck around. They always got rid of their evidence because they knew that the jokes were fucking stupid, but yet they chose to still do it. Like Matt and Ryan just were totally cool with just using the N-word as a bit, and it was stupid. Very fucking stupid and ignorant, and they do it. I'm sorry, like, even when I'm talking about it right now, like, it feels like there's supposed to be more substance to Chuck E. Cheese's middle name, but there fucking isn't. It's literally just these two fucking moron, goofball, dipshit bozos. Sorry, I sound like Moist Critical here. These fucking idiots, though, that's just like, that's Matt and Ryan's level of humor, where it is like a scale where anything immature humor is funny to them. I had to watch these fuckers compare. Like, okay, if you guys remember the Mario Kart, the drunk Mario video, um, those, I don't drink alcohol much. I only drink when other people are drinking, and yeah, we made those drinks way too fucking strong, and that's my mistake. Um, but we, at the same time, that game was only formatted for those guys to play the first 4 maps, and we did all 8, and so they doubled the alcohol content that they were supposed to have. At one point in the recording, if you guys remember the full extended cut that went to Patreon, there's shit that's still cut. That there's stuff that happened in that was so bad that it even couldn't go to Patreon. At one point, the boys decide in front of me while, like, by the way, the fucking the Let's Play room is tiny. It's a really little room. These guys in front of me decide, and our cinematographer Tucker, they decide that they want to compare their assholes to each other. So one at a time, Matt and Ryan decide to just pull their pants down right next to me while I just have to be sitting there on camera. And show they're literally like faces in each other's assholes, making notes, like because they're trying to do bits. Like they were pretending that, I think like Matt made a bit pretending that Ryan had like toilet paper on his ass. You know, like it. They just did that, and I was so fucking uncomfortable that night because of that. Like it just was weird to me. But again, I only have a few friends that live in LA. These people are my bosses. They pay my rent. They pay my insurance for me for free, so I can see a psychiatrist and have my medication. So I try to put up with it and make the most of it. There was a time where Jackson told me that his job was a 9 to 5, and when 5 o'clock comes around, he's done and he doesn't care. I truly believed I would never turn into that guy. I thought Jackson was the dumbest fucking idiot because he just had every opportunity, but yet chose to do nothing. And he wanted to get drunk at work all the time and not really do much. And I had to do his work for him. And I don't know, like it. Sorry, I'm just like losing it here. Yeah. Those guys, they're, I used to say to my friends, oh my God, these guys are the funniest and they're the coolest because they're just like how they are on camera. That's how I would always say it. These guys are, hold on, my brother's calling me. Okay. So I just need to say thank you all for listening to me right now. Like, there's 3,300 people in here. Thank you for listening to me. This has been the hardest fucking past year of my life. I didn't think I'd ever be able to talk about this stuff. I told my personal friends what Matt and Ryan did to me after I got fired, and I can't even vent about it to my personal friends because it got back to Matt and Ryan. So they tell their attorney to fucking threaten me about the contract I signed. So their attorney tells me that I can't even talk about Matt and Ryan in private. Like, you guys don't, I hope you understand, like, why it has taken so long for me to fucking talk, because all I want to do is make content. All I want to do is be a gay man that can create a safe space and a true fucking community that has real people that support each other, because that's what, as as a young person that absorbed content, that's what I needed as a kid that I didn't get, or as a young adult. Like, I didn't have that type of community that I feel like I really could have benefited from. And I want to use my platform to help prevent young people from trying to take their fucking lives, because it's common. Like, 50% of people with bipolar try to kill themselves, and then like 20% of people with bipolar 1, like, I think, are fucking successful with it. And that's so fucking sad. And we have all these like gay content creators out there that, like, don't do enough to like talk about mental health as well. Like, a lot of them really do, but there's more that could be done. And there's harder conversations that need to be addressed, and I want to do that with my career. I want to, like, I have to live with what I have, and I want to make the like, but I want to do the most that I can for a queer community. And so, to be told for the past few months by queer fans that think I'm a liar was like, having gay young, like, gay people on the internet believe Matt and Ryan, and then be so hurt that me as a gay content creator believing I lied, that like these people felt so hurt from me that they told me to go kill myself. And I I've gotten hundreds of those for months. It hurts so bad. Like, dude, when a content creator says hate sucks, or they'll be like, but you can't like let stuff get to you. When I've been fucking fighting my entire life to not be depressed, and then I want to make so much of my mission to talk about issues and help young gay people. I don't know. It's just, it's so fucking hard to like. This is just so much, and I'm sorry. I'm forgetting things that I'm trying to add in and say. I hope you all understand how overstimulated I am right now. So I'm really trying to like collect myself. Um, sorry, one second. I'm getting an awful lot of texts at the moment. Oh no. Thanks, brother. I love you. Sorry, my I don't like including my content and like what I do. I hate having my family know what I do. I'm not comfortable with it. So I'm a bit uncomfortable knowing that my brother's aware of what I'm doing right now. Um, it's awkward, you know. But I I'm risking possibly getting sued because I feel that there's shit that Matt and Ryan have done that are so not okay, and I have more that I want to share. So let me. Yeah, I know it's wild that there's more to say still, but hold on. Let me uh look at my last bullet point before I go back and tell the story from the beginning. Um, this is hard to talk about. Um, so this is something that like what I'm about to say right now, I had to type it down for myself so I can read it word for word because it's hard for me to say. Um, I was to give you context, and if my brother's watching this, please stop. Like, I don't want you knowing about this. But for context, when I was 15, I was raped by a YouTuber. He got me really fucking high, and then he raped me. And then he told me that I was his boyfriend now, and that we were, we loved each other, and that's what we would do now. And the next morning, his friends found out. His friends told me I was so young and that I didn't know what just happened to me, and I didn't believe them because I thought I was mature for my age because he treated me like an adult, and I was like, no, we're fine. So like I was abused sexually, and it took me many years to not blame myself, and I always thought that I was the one that forced that to happen, and I felt like such a fucking idiot for It's the first time I'm talking about this in forever, and I hate it. Like, I hated myself for allowing him to do that to me and for trusting that man. And I just thought it was so cool that he was a famous YouTuber. So I let it go. But it's anyone that experiences something sexual like with people, you just don't realize how it actually affects you until later on. It's impossible to know how it's going to hit you. Um, Matt exposing himself to me the moment I got hired was so bizarre. Them showing each other's assholes all the time, bizarre. Um, but when here's the yeah, I need to now read the statement that I wrote for myself, like the context when I said a few minutes ago that there's something that I wrote that I need to read word for word because it's hard for me to talk about. I'm going to read that now. I just had to explain to you guys what happened to me when I was 15 so you know why this situation that I'm about to read is so hard for me to comprehend because Matt's someone that I truly care about and I really liked him. So I didn't. I tried to play off as a joke, and I was just like, this is normal. Or not even that this is normal. I was just like, he's just trying to be funny, and that this isn't something to really think about. Here's what I wrote. Jokes and videos were okay because they were for the video, but certain things were not jokes and were literal harassment without my consent. Like filming me pee in the bathroom twice. When we did the Simpsons drunk drawing that night, we went to a bar and I was drunk as fuck. But at one Sorry, I'm so fucking uncomfortable right now. Okay, so we go to a bar this night and I Matt was Matt lost to odds are that he had to go out to a bar that night dressed as in his Bart Simpson paint still. So Matt told me that I needed, well, he asked me as a friend. He said, "Could you go to as is?" He's like, I can't do it alone." And I said, "Of course I'll go to this bar painted as Ned Flanders." Um, so I go to this bar with him painted as Ned Flanders. So Matt Jackson and I go out. We get extra drunk. We're having the time of our life. Like, Matt loves to be a good person to people when he can. Like, Matt loves to show people with gifts that he cares about them. So, or Matt just likes to do random gestures of kindness that really prove that he's good. Um, and so like that night, Matt was like, "We're gonna go to this bar that I gave a $500 tip for last time we were there." And uh we're gonna go back there. So we go, and that night he gave them the same $500 tip again, and it was paid for by Supermega, I'm pretty sure. So it's not like it was his own money, but so uh, yeah, we're just in this bar, we're getting blasted, and then at one point I go to the bathroom, and I go into the stall, and I close the door, and I'm peeing. And the next thing that I know is that Matt's now entered my stall that I'm in, that I closed the door, and his camera is like put out in front. So he's like front facing. He's filming just my dick and balls. He's filming me pee. I I didn't know what to think of that. I Now I know it's beyond harassment. It's fucking insane to think that he would do it. He literally took there's a like that earlier in that night he did it again. So the first time he did it was at the office, and I was in the bathroom with the door closed peeing, and he just barged into the bathroom and then like took a picture. So I'm sure Matt on his phone has the picture of me painted as Ned Flanders pissing in the Super Megaplex. Um, I was already drunk, but again, like that was uncomfortable. But I played it off because, for context, you guys, like, I don't like alcohol that much. I don't keep alcohol in my house. I experienced terrible trauma as a child due to alcoholism and drug use. And I don't like, because of that, I can't be sober around drunk people. So it's either I get drunk with them or I go home. I can't I can't be the sober one. So in those moments, I excused their behavior because I wasn't regularly someone getting drunk, and I was like, he's just making a big mistake and doing something really fucking stupid. And I didn't just again, I just did not think in that moment. I told myself it was weird, but I excused it because it was Matt and I liked him. and I wanted Matt to like me. So I never really brought it up. I just ex- I just accepted personally that my boss came into the bathroom without my permission 2 times. One time took a photo, second time just straight up filmed me peeing. And I feel gross talking about it. I feel fucking stupid because I I just feel fucking stupid. That's just the way to put it. I'm very numb right now. I'm tired. I haven't slept well in months. I didn't know that this was really gonna pop off. I didn't expect I'd be live right now, you know? Like I'm so nervous that I'm gonna end this stream and I'm gonna be hit with a lawsuit that's gonna fucking destroy me. And also, I don't want to be remembered as someone that talks about drama because I don't want to be a drama channel. I don't want to do that. I want to I have you guys I have YouTube videos that I wrote for myself back in 2015. All I've ever wanted to do is content. I won the award in 8th grade that I was going to be a YouTube sensation because everybody knew all I wanted to do was make content. So I just didn't want to talk about this shit publicly. I didn't want to ruin my career because people didn't believe me. I didn't think people were going to trust me. And when I did make one comment, I was proven that no one trusted me. I lost so many followers on top of all getting consistent hate messages for months. Matt and Ryan ended their tweet with being like, don't shit talk Leighton because that's a legal thing that they needed to do so they couldn't be liable. They didn't fucking care. I mean, you know, like, they chose to fucking lie. They they saw my tweet and they could have said, "We are so sorry that we made fun of that kid." But they didn't. They chose to be above it, and it's fucking stupid. So, all right, let me. I'm gonna go chronological now and tell the rest of my. I got to go back and there's some. Make sure there's things that I didn't leave out. So earlier, whenever I said that the first thing that happened that was inappropriate was so January 2021, I met Matt and Ryan in November of 2020. January 2021, I start designing for them. August 12th of 2021, I became an employee. That day, Matt showed me his dick and balls to get it over with. And then they also introduced me to their favorite bit of Chuck E. Cheese's middle name. So that happened. That fall was whenever I first really got to know Lex and I met her. And Lex was so fucking nice to me. I loved her instantly. It was just a thing. Like we got along. We both had Shibas. We just fucking vibed. It was, you know what I mean? Like you just meet a friend and you're like, this is a fucking ride or die. And like whether you acknowledge it or not. And Lex was like that for me. Like I just really liked her. I really trusted her. I didn't know what happened to her that at Matt's house. Like I can't believe that like at that time, like that fall, like that she was abused. And I didn't find out until like post Creator Clash. Found out last summer. But like to build up more and more. Is it chronologically? So like August, I'm a part of the team. That fall, we there was a moment where we had a guest in our office, and this guest was very drunk. I say this with love. But this guest absolutely blew my mind because it was their first experience in the office, and this person was able to perfectly capture the entire vibe and know the essence of this office and shouted it out. And what made it so crazy was he was saying it was a bad thing. And that was the first time I actually like heard someone really, really say to Matt and Ryan to their fucking faces that they were messing up. And this person told them in front of all of us. Jackson wasn't there at this point. This person is just grilling them, saying, "Why the fuck is this guy on your payroll? You are wasting money. He doesn't do anything." And like I said, this person's a guest that's only been around for a couple days. And just from witnessing and watching things, he shouts out and points at me and he said, "Fucking Leighton is doing this man's job for him, and he's your merch guy." He's like, "Why is Leighton your producer? And also your merch guy making one paycheck?" And he said, "Fucking fire this bozo that's your friend and give Leighton that fucking salary because he's doing the work." I couldn't believe that someone acknowledged that. And that blew my fucking mind that this person, like, I'm not a confident person. If you guys look at Super Mega content, I wore a hat in every video. I had facial hair because I didn't take care of my body and care about me because I knew my boyfriend was cheating on me, but I couldn't prove it. So I stopped taking care of myself for so long. And then I've got this fucking person in our office who just absolutely nailed the situation, put these two on blast, and then the fuckers just, they look at him and they go, "You know what? Yeah, Jackson fucking sucks, but he's our friend and we're just scared to fire him." Like, it's like Matt and Ryan want to avoid confrontation so bad. They want to shit talk everything. Everything's on the table for them to make fun of, but they don't actually want to confront the issue and deal with it head on ever. So having this fucking guest in the office roast their asses, prove them why they're being ignorant, why, like, explaining to them, like, you're a company and you're throwing away a salary. You're literally, at this point, we didn't even know the dude was embezzling money. But this guy acknowledges and says, "You are throwing away thousands of dollars a month to this person who comes to work every day and just has a little bit of alcohol and just makes Matt laugh." That's all he did. Like, he was literally like Matt's little monkey that like just made the boy laugh, and then like that's how he earned his paycheck. And I fucking hated it. But yeah, so that happened in November of 2021. Last year begins, and then in February of last year, a night happens where Matt and Ryan text the group chat, and the group chat was only me, Matt, Ryan, and Jackson. Justin was a remote employee. Justin was always full-time employee, member of the crew. I said it from the beginning. Justin was always the third Super Mega member. He was a content creator. Like, I viewed Justin different than like a staff, like me and Jackson. So in this, but also that's just a side note, but like since Justin was a remote employee, it didn't concern him to be included in like this like message because this was including the two Super Mega employees that had access to money. Me and Jackson. We both had company credit cards. Matt and Ryan say they're freaking out in this group chat saying that they're looking at the money and they want to know where it went and what the fuck has happened. And so they blame Jackson and I. And they say, right now, the two of you must provide every receipt you've ever spent and prove to us that you aren't stealing from us right now. I was so fucking mad at them for accusing me of stealing. Like, straight up. Like, I come to work every day before everybody. I'm the last one there. I do Jackson's job for him. I would never take from advantage of that. Like, fuck you. And I knew they were just being careful, so like within maybe 10 minutes, I screenshotted and sent them every fucking receipt. I showed them everything that I spent company money on. And Matt and Ryan thanked me. They said, "Thank you, Leighton." And then they pinged Jackson in that chat and they're like, "Jackson, heads up, where are you at?" And Jackson was missing. And then he comes back to our group and he's like, "Hey guys," he's like, "I'm really not sure what happened. I got this thing with my dad's credit card on my Apple Pay that's a little funny. So maybe there's a slight chance I accidentally spent some company money, but," and he was like just very formal about it. He was like, "Matt and Ryan, please," uh he was like, "Matt and Ryan, can you please itemize the full breakdown of what I spent? And right now I'll pay it off." He's like, I'll send you guys the money just to, I didn't mean this." And uh I was unsure of how much money was spent. Like I was like, okay, so Jackson, accidentally spent a couple grand or a couple $100 or something. But the group chat ended with Matt and Ryan saying, "It's not about what you can pay back, it's about what has been taken." And that statement was so bold to me, and that's what really made me believe that, okay, it was more than possibly a couple mess ups. So for the next week, essentially every fucking day, I'm being told that night, no information. I'm just getting a text from Ryan saying, "Don't come to work tomorrow." At this point, Jim is my new friend. I met him because of his job at Chinatown Market and because we were going to do a collaboration with them. So I consistently would not shut the fuck up to Jim. That's all him and I talked about. What could it be? What's going on? My coworker is possibly stealing. And I kept telling him, I was like, "I think it's money. I think Jackson's stealing money from the company, but that's just my theory." And I couldn't talk to Justin about it. So I just talked to my friend. And there's this day that I told Jim, I was like, "I'm gonna drive all the way to the office, and I'm gonna drive past. And if Jackson's car is outside, that is confirming to me that for this past multiple days, it's just been them at the office and that he's being fired." Um, uh, so like that was just a situation. Um, so I just figured it out. So I never knew anything about money. I never knew. Uh, I just found out then and there. Next day, like Ryan kind of hinted at, but I found out that week that Jackson was fired, and the boys never told me how much it was really. Like they, because it was a legal situation, they didn't share much with me because our attorney told them not to. So yeah, we got rid of the guy. And then instantly we hire Jim to take over the guy's role. And I was really hyped about it because Jim was one of my closest friends at that point. He was a new friend, but we were very close now. And instantly Jim just got so like, I don't know, like gun ho. The dude just started micromanaging everything, and it was beyond obnoxious. Um, and like just had to involve himself in everything, and it went from like me being like, "I'm so excited to work with my friend," to me being like, "I can't stand this fucking asshole that I just happened to work with." And I didn't know what he had, I just Sorry, I can't say that. Sorry. So yeah, Jim starts working with us. We go to Creator Clash. Creator Clash happens. We come back. I thought everything was cool. But that's last summer is when things started getting weird. Um, we do. I told a story about Ryan's birthday, and then the next month after Ryan's birthday, last July, we have our 4th of July party. Uh, if you guys, like I said earlier, if you have not watched Lex's video, when this is over, please, please, please go watch Lex's full video. Her and Rav, when they say that they threw us a 4th of July party, I'm saying that these two people spent so much fucking money on everything. Like they were grilling. Lex is a fucking, she chefs. Like Lex loves to make steak for people. It is an honor to get steak from Lex and to have her dedicate her whole fucking day to doing this for you. So her and Rav bought all this crazy alcohol. We put a little pool in the backyard. Like they threw the coolest 4th of July party at someone else's house because they were guests staying for free and they wanted to show Supermega how much they appreciated the opportunity to stay there. Um, and I can't just say enough. Like those two really did like they were just so sweet. Um, I had Japanese whiskey that night, and I'm not some like I said earlier. I because of PTSD, I have to drink if other people are. I got really drunk, and I ended up leaving that night. So that's why I'm not included in Lex's story much from that night because I had no fucking clue that Jim put her in a fucking headlock and did that to her. I was like, when I finally found that out, like many, many months later, that was such a fucking nail in the coffin for me that I was like, this dude is dead to me. Like, how fucking dare you? Like, hear someone talk about being sexually abused and then get turned on by it? Like, and fucking make a move? Like, that is the most insane fucking thing I could even fathom. And Lex didn't share it much. She didn't. I know as a victim, it's hard to talk about, but like that month before in last June, so in like the end of May to June was whenever Lex called me and told me last year what Don did to her. I was so fucking pissed. I couldn't believe that. What hurt me the most was the fact that this new friend to me that's known me for such a little amount of time trusts me, which I was so thankful for, but she came to me and wanted my help because she didn't know if Matt and Ryan would protect her. And my stupid ass promised her. I I was like, you guys, not you guys, why did I say you guys? I was like, you got to understand, like, Matt and Ryan have experienced so much with so many crazy things that I was like, there's no way that they're gonna dismiss you. And I told her instantly, I was like, fuck Don, giant piece of shit. If I see him, it's on site. I would put hands on him. Like, that's fucking ignorant. And I told her, I was like, we support you as Super Mega, but it's not my company. And the moment you're comfortable with it, we need to talk to Matt and Ryan. And Matt and Ryan are the only two people that can take care of this situation. And I swore I fucking swore that like the next move was Don was fired. We would never talk to him again. We would do anything and everything so Lex knew that she was loved and that we don't tolerate any type of abuse. But the moment we talk about it as a company, Matt tells all of us that Lex's situation is going to just ruin our magnum opus. And when he used the word magnum opus, I was stoned and I laughed so fucking hard because I said, brother, you show your cock and balls to your best friend while you drive Truck Simulator. That's your magnum opus? Like, I was like, that's what Supermega's our magnum opus right now is cock and balls on Truck Sim. Sick. Like, fuck this victim, you know? Matt was so gun-ho that our year was ruined because of Jackson. And Jackson was such a bad man for doing this to us. And how dare this situation pop up where Lex is potentially going to ruin us and our magnum opus that we're working on. And Matt again points out, he says he instantly separated Don from us and says Don is a contract employee. He's technically not a member of Supermega, which we all knew that. But why do we need to keep talking about that? The guy fucking abused our friend. So he goes, we don't have to fire him. But this is just a bad situation for me and for Ryan. And they were really excited. I feel that Lex didn't want to Lex didn't want to make it about everyone else and to get other people involved and to go public with like stuff like crazy. Like I knew that it was just like she just needed her friends to tell her that they loved her and supported her. And it wasn't like, I mean, here's the thing. If someone tells you that and your first reaction is to tell them that this you feel bad for yourself and it's going to ruin your magnum opus, you're a piece of shit. There's no explanation for that. But he continued that mindset, you know, for a bit. That stuck around. And then we as the company Supermega then decides that they're no longer going to have Don do the art. We instantly start having Kelly go back to doing the art. But whether you want to call it just ignorance or what you want to deem it as, they didn't. I mean, like, I wasn't the one making the content, so I didn't know that in the fucking Truck Sim episodes that they weren't saying Kelly's back, you know, doing her art and shit. Like, but you know, they'd always interacted with her on Twitter and stuff. But yeah, like they just, you know, never changed the titles. They never made um Little Texas Toast. Oh my god. Okay, Sam and Ian, I have to say this. I didn't want to name names of people that are outside of this situation, but I have to just say that like dead ass like okay, I've known Ian since 2018. I've known Sam for 3 years now. Those are two of the sweetest and nicest people I've ever met. They've been so good to me and they put up with my shit and they got the literally for over a year now. I consistently see these two and they have to put up with me complaining to them about how much I hate Matt and Ryan and the shit that I'm getting put through at work. And they just tolerated it and put up with it. And I can't thank them enough for just letting me vent, you know? Or like they're just the sweetest people that just like unannounced show up to my house just to pop in on a stream. Like that's like legit friendship. Like I love those two people. But sorry, I saw Sam off in the chat, and I just had to acknowledge that because I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't have like Sam, Ian, Rav, Lex, and Ethan is online. Those people deserve so much love. They never doubted me. They always supported me. They always believed me. Like, Ethan's one of my newest friends. I met him last year, but like we've been so close this entire year. I go to I go to Ethan's house fucking 3 times a week, and this man has just been so good to me. I I'm like epileptic, and so sometimes I have seizures, and that's really embarrassing for me. But earlier this year I had a seizure in Ethan's house, and I couldn't believe like how like he took care of me and like truly like there just hasn't been many moments, you know, in the past year that like I actually felt like legitimately like safe. But I just had to point out that those like 5 people are like they deserve just so much love. They're so real. I I just I would not be alive if I did not have those few friends that I just named. I will forever be grateful for the support that they gave me and the I don't like hearing myself complain. I don't like constantly being negative. So it's the fact that like I just I hated that I like they would ask me how are things going, and I was like I gotta tell them. But I was so upset. I felt so stupid that for over a year I'm just constantly telling my friends like how bad like things are for my mental health, that the shit that I'm getting online, the or like what Matt and Ryan were doing to me, how I'd walk into a room and the fuckers would just leave. You know, like I want to talk to them, but they just leave the room if I say hi to them and start joining the conversation, or they let Jim just speak over me to get me to shut the fuck up. Or one time I walk in the room and someone puts their fucking middle finger to my face. Like, imagine this right here. You're trying to talk to the group, and this is going on until you just end it and you just leave. And I just went and sat at my fucking desk and said, all right, I'm gonna go fuck off now. Or there was another moment to be just like, you know, it's just I can say with confidence that I was truly harassed. They can call shit jokes because they did make jokes. Some of the shit that they did was funny. Some of what Matt and Ryan's jokes are funny. Some of it's inappropriate still, but you can giggle at it. They do that way when they do decide to go completely off the rails down a path that is unacceptable and do something that is unacceptable. It's like you're desensitized to it. Um and I can't just express enough how I wanted Matt and Ryan's friendship more than anything. I did anything that those guys asked of me. I just I loved my job and I wanted them to know it, and I wanted them to know how much I appreciated them. So I would clean Matt's house for him whenever I would go over to his house. I would do any odd job that they asked of me because I wanted them to know how much I appreciated them. So like when Matt goes on tour and I'm someone that has previous tour experience with merchandising, photography, and I know a bit of tour management. It was really funny to me to see Matt invite everybody else to go on tour and then keep calling Luke the merch god at the office for fucking slinging a few t-shirts at a live show. I just felt so targeted for no reason. And but yet I still had to support them. I still would tell Matt congratulations on any of his music he would do. And like, these guys were being so mean to me, but yet I feel in the moments also that it's potentially my bipolar paranoia. So I can't ever tell the truth because they can't get the truth. So I have no choice but to be nice to everybody because I just don't know. Um, I hope that makes sense. I really hope all of this makes sense. Um, I want to throw up. It's kind of how I feel. So as a gay man, I can say that I was harassed at Supermega. The gay jokes that they would sometimes go with would go way too far. Sometimes they wouldn't. Matt completely crossed a line by filming me pee, and it just felt like he never gave a shit about it. Um, they made me feel so insignificant. I would tell these guys in confidence that I was having suicidal thoughts at home and that I just felt like everybody hated me and didn't want me around, and then they continued to be just fucking assholes to me all the time. It I don't think I'm going to actually start processing everything until tonight because I didn't think I would ever be able to talk about this. I blamed myself for so much, and when my tweet came out earlier this year and it got so much hate, that ruined me. I I didn't care about making anything anymore, and I felt like everything was over, and I just fucking I don't know how to describe it. I left Super Mega this year. I was fired and I felt like things were maybe going to get better because I was like these guys were so negative to me. And when the day came that they fired me, I knew it was coming. Justin can confirm to you guys that I was telling him for weeks leading up to it that I felt that Matt and Ryan were looking for any excuse to fire me, especially because, well, and they didn't even need it because, as they had pointed out, my contract stated that they could just fire me at will. I was an at will fire. Um, so when the day came, like Matt and Ryan were like, "Hey, dude, we have to talk to you." Like when you guys, if you guys remember when I drove to Vegas, I knew that whole drive that Matt and Ryan were going to fire me on Monday. Monday comes around, they tell me that they still have some things to talk about between the two of them, so they're going to talk to me on Tuesday. Tuesday comes, they're not at the office again, and I'm really paranoid. I'm terrified that I'm going to lose my job and I'm going to lose my insurance. And the insurance is all I needed Super Mega for. Obviously, I need the money to pay my bills, but I need my medication. And they, on that second day, like I ended up texting the two of them and I asked them, I was like, can you guys just please like confirm to me if I have a job still or not? Because like I need to start processing if I need to leave California. Uh, and they were like, sorry, dude, our hands are tied for your benefit. They kept saying that. They said it was for my benefit. So uh later that week, it's basically, I think it's like maybe Wednesday then is the next day. They tell me to come in, and I get there and I walk in the door and I just knew I was about to lose my job. So I was in and out in under, I would say, 20 minutes. Um, they told me that I was done. I tried to explain to them some issues that I have with them, but they instantly shut me down and try to explain to me that it's my fault. So I realized again that I was ignorant for trying to explain to them why they were wrong. So I just let them talk. And then Matt and Ryan tell me that I have to sign a non-disparagement contract if I want severance. They basically bragged to me that they didn't have to give me severance, but they felt like they were so good to me. Like Matt and Ryan felt like they were blessing a poor person by handing them money, and but it's 2 months severance. Like if like that's genuinely nothing. Like I'm sorry, like yeah, like it's money obviously, but 2 months severance is so fucked up. And it wasn't even like they told me we're gonna also try to see if we can extend medical benefits or anything. They just didn't care. They're like, all right, here's 2 months rent, uh, and you can never fucking talk about us. And they also tell me, by the way, they all the time for 2+ years would tell me, "Hey, Leighton, you're gonna be on the podcast soon. You're gonna get your own episode of the podcast." Never. When I got fired, it wasn't like they didn't say, "Hey, we want to send you off with a podcast and help set you up for like your own shit because we know you do your own streaming." They were just like, "Yeah, you figure this out on your own." They're like, "You can tell people however you want. Just yeah, they're like, you're just done here. Just do what you want." And so they just fucking were done with me, and I didn't want to talk to them, and because I've fucking hated them ever since last summer when I found out what happened to Lex. That was when Matt said that it was going to ruin his magnum opus. That was a huge thing to prove to me that Matt fucking sucks. Then last summer, I was the only person that didn't know that Matt was cheating on his girlfriend that I was close with. Like Matt's Matt's girlfriend was such a good person to me, and I loved her. I still do. But I didn't know that Matt was cheating on his girlfriend with a new girl that had just joined our friend group that his girlfriend was scared of and felt like was an issue. Um, all at this exact same time, while Matt's having his little secret relationship that I didn't know about, there was a night that me, Matt, and Jim drank so much, and at the end of the night, this girl comes over, and Matt and her are just like laying on the floor really, really close, and it's like it felt like middle school flirting, and it was icky, but like I wasn't seeing anything that was like to me that consisted as cheating, but it wasn't enough for me to feel like I could go to his ex and tell her at the time, well, his current girlfriend at the time. I couldn't text her and be like, "Hey, Matt's doing something." Plus, I didn't want to risk my fucking job. Um, so all at this time, like moving forward, our really good boy Jim invites Matt's new secret girlfriend to move into his house. That way, essentially, Matt can go hang out any fucking time he wants, and it looks like he's hanging out with his coworker. But he's actually, yeah, he's just going so he can go have sex with his new girlfriend that he's hiding. That I didn't know about. I was the only fucking person that didn't know. And then at the same time, last summer, there's a day that I'm there by myself, and Matt shows up with some other girl who I love. A friend of mine, and that's how her and I met. So she shows up with Matt, and that's how I meet her. And I'm like, "Oh, you're a content creator that lives like in another place, and why are you with my boss, who is talking about you often in a sexual way?" And I just felt pretty weird about that because I was like, Matt's in a relationship right now. Didn't know he was in at that point technically like what 2 relationships and starting a third one. So all that was going on, but it's all that. I hope that just gives you guys signs on what I mean, where it's like these Jim was fucking insane to be so calculated to help get Matt's girlfriend in his house without, like it was just this perfect little plan, and him and Matt just became besties. So like Jim got away with doing absolutely anything at work. Like you guys, like I could show up to work 10 minutes late and I'd get a text in the group chat being like, Leighton, where you at? Jim would like, and Justin can confirm this. I'm sorry, Justin, to put you on the spot. Um, uh, Justin and I would be at the office before everybody else. If there was anyone that ever beat me to the office, it was Justin. Justin is a very hard worker. And he tolerates way too much shit. Justin he's put up with a lot. Um, and so like Justin and I would be sitting there, and then we see a text come through to the group chat. The boys would be like Matt and Ryan at this point. They're maybe like 10 minutes late. And Jim like tells our group, he's like, "Hey boys, I'm gonna go get tattooed today. I'll be in later." And then the guy probably didn't even show up that day. Like Jim could just like be like, "Oh no, my friend had a bad morning, so I had to take him to lunch and take him out all day." And I just had to go baby my little friend. And then Matt and Ryan would just like be like, "Yeah, sure." Like Jim can do anything and everything he wants. As like he was just this golden boy that got away with doing whatever he wanted. And I thought he was a giant fucking asshole. And I thought the way that he was. Did I forget to mention that Jim's best friends with Matt's girlfriend that he was cheating on? So not only was Jim allowing Matt's secret girlfriend to live in his house, that secret girl, he was fucking over his best friend by allowing the girl that she's afraid of to live in his house. And he's like being like, "No, we good though." Like it's Jim is a madman to literally be able to manipulate someone and be their best friend while allowing someone to live in your home and ruin this person's fucking livelihood. It's insane to me. And I feel so fucking bad for Matt. Sorry, I have to let the boy in. Come here, Bender. I just feel very, very bad for Matt's ex because all of her friends were in this friend group. So when they broke up, so Matt could be with the girl he was cheating with, uh, like she got to see a lot of her friend group go, it seemed, and I believe that's why she forgave Jim and Luke and like didn't care. But like I did. I thought Jim was a ginormous fucking scumbag and I wanted nothing to do with him. Um, I don't like cheating. I've been cheated on. I don't like cheaters. Um, and I just thought Jim was the biggest fucking creep to develop a home for one and to be a part of it while also having a close friendship with the victim. Like that's psychopath behavior in my eyes. So I stopped fucking with Jim last summer. I stopped fucking with Matt last summer. I stopped fucking with Ryan because of the kid who tried to take his own life. When Ryan left the room that day, that's whenever I knew that Ryan wasn't my friend and that Ryan was a fucking coward. I should have knew that all along because Matt and Ryan made jokes about Daniel killing himself, but I put it away and I let it slide somewhat because I was like, maybe that's how they handle this trauma, is they have to joke about it. Um, I always knew the racism was wrong. Anytime it happened, I called it out. I told them it was fucking ignorant. I told them their N-word jokes were dumb. They would laugh it off. They didn't care. In my eyes, I feel that they just got better at hiding their racist jokes from me because they knew that I would be the buzzkill to not go along with it. Um, I will say this is something. This is a trigger warning right now. This is probably the last big thing that I'm going to say because I don't know if this is out there, but it is so important to me because it proves how terrible a person Ryan can be when it comes to character. And that is because Ryan McGee openly misgenders a trans person in his life that he cares very much about behind their back. I can't tell you how many times I would hear Ryan McGee say, I'm going to go home to my boyfriend. Or I'm going to go fuck this guy. Matt would make the jokes too. This partner is such a sweet person. I didn't know them well. I don't think they ever liked me. So we just weren't ever close. But it broke my fucking heart because I would see this person and I knew they didn't know that the person that they like literally their fucking partner is misgendering them all the fucking time. And it sorry, it literally like it makes me so fucking mad to see just blatant transphobia come from those fuckers and then they turn around and are like we are so accepting of things. It's fucking wrong and it's gross. And then I found out a few months ago that Ryan sexts fans. One of those screenshots came out today. That I couldn't believe when I was shared that information that not only does Ryan misgender this person, but he also is, he's also sexting fans, potentially behind this person's back. And sorry, yeah, bullshit is the best way I can put it. Ryan's a fucking coward. Matt is a coward. Jim is a fucking creep. Those three people are they've made some terrible fucking decisions, and I know at this exact moment they're probably watching this saying Leighton is the worst, and they are so mad at me for this. But I don't fucking care. They're so goddamn selfish. Their magnum opus was their biggest concern when a close friend of theirs was sexually assaulted in Matt's fucking home. He should be even more concerned. Like, even if it didn't happen in his home, it still should be something because it was like, okay, here's the thing. There's three things that make Lex's situation so beyond fucked up. One, the abuser was one of Matt's employees. Two, the situation happened in Matt's home. And three, it's a fucking friend of his. You just pick one of those situations, just one of them. Let's just say that like Don wasn't an employee and that Lex is just a friend. They shouldn't have asked her the story. They shouldn't have said, tell me how he abused you, because that's not fucking relevant. They should have supported her and protected her and helped her. They shouldn't have allowed Dawn to come fucking live at Matt's house, and then when Matt got tired of having this dude jack off at his house all day, he sends him to go live at the office so he can get peace and quiet at home and not give a shit about the fact that Lex is supposed to be living at the office as well. It was not a concern. And it's pathetic. So they never cared. Matt and Ryan are just giant fucking assholes that only care about themselves and Supermega and Matt's little pop star career. That's the only important thing. you guys, like, I took a picture with Don at Creator Clash last year with him having a nosebleed, and it's like me like putting my fist up, and I was like, just kick Don's ass or something like that. But like, I had no fucking clue what he actually did in that moment. And now that tweet is so fucking funny to me because now like I've never actually like I genuinely mean that. I'm like, I actually like now I'm just like, dude, I genuinely wish I would have known so I could have hit him. Uh I'm a pacifist. I'm like, I'm not someone that believes in violence. But when it comes to sex abuse, that is such a serious thing that like I can't fucking handle the topic or someone doing it. And that, sorry, you deserve to get your fucking ass beat. If you're a sex abuser, if you support sex abuse, if you are a sex abuse apologist, you are a Bender, I see you. You're a giant fucking bitch. And so everyone needs to give so much love and support to Lex for feeling confident enough to share her story because you have no idea how hard that was. I don't even know how hard that was for Lex. I wish I would have been a better friend to Lex last year. And I've texted her that last night after I finished her video at 7 a.m. this morning. After I hiked all day yesterday, then drove 7 hours home. And then I stayed up all night till this morning watching Lex's video. And I I was so caught up in my own bullshit that by the time I would leave the office, I stopped, like I wouldn't text and check in or keep up with things. So although Lex was a very close friend of mine and Rav, uh, there are things that I should have talked to them about. And although I supported them, I should have been more vocal as a friend. I should have given them more love and affection than I did. And I feel horrible for that. I I was a bitch for experiencing my own situation and cowardly caving within. And the moment I would leave the office, just wouldn't, I couldn't handle more. And that's fucking ignorant because I I feel like I could have done more for the both of them. I I wish I could have housed the two of them last year. But I'm one guy that like it I'm so mad knowing in hindsight now that my stupid fucking ex was living for free in my home, taking up space, cheating on me when I easily could have given that room, like not an actual room itself, but like I could have given the extra space in my home that my ex was taking up to Lex and Rav. And I just I have so many regrets, and I'm I'm beyond thankful for the two of them. I will I know the two of them feel horrible for not telling me about Ryan's birthday party until many, many months later, but I understand the position they were in. If any of you have never been manipulated by someone that holds any bit of power above you, you don't understand how strong that manipulation is and what it can do to you. My situation with Supermega was so bizarre. It led me to the point of trying to take my life because I couldn't handle the stress that I was under. And I just wanted these fucking people to like me. And I feel like such a moron for wanting them to like me. I'm embarrassed. I I really want to thank everybody for giving me this opportunity to talk right now. My mind is, if I look like I don't know what I'm saying, it's because I'm trying to race my brain and figure out if there's something more that I need to explain, or if there's more context that you guys need on something, or I just I want to be as genuine as possible and explain how much I appreciate being listened to. I did not think I would have this opportunity. Like, I know it's weird when I look directly at the camera, but like, I all I've ever wanted to do was make content and make people laugh and support a queer community and help people. I am so fucking thankful that I have had the opportunity to do that, but I I didn't I never I have truly thought this entire year that my career was over, and I will never have the opportunity to again to do things for a queer base because people believed that I lied about suicide, and specifically a young gay person for trying to take their own life. I again thank you for listening. I I need a one dance. I'm sorry that I I I'm I love you all. I I I hope this is I hope it is sincere for me, but I hope you all I hope you believe me when I say how much my career means to me, how much all of you mean to me. Being able to make things like what I get to do is the coolest fucking thing in the world, and I would never want to take advantage of that and abuse it. And it thank you for giving me this chance to talk to you guys today. Thank you for listening to me. If you don't believe me still, I'm sorry. I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie. Uh it's sometimes the YouTubers that you grow up watching that you idolize turn out to be terrible fucking people. And that's just a thing. Sometimes the entertainment industry is a bug light for fucking narcissists. And you are going to find so many people, unfortunately, that end up being the fucking worst. And it every time is a heartbreaking thing. I've met a handful of content creators that I was so disappointed in after I met them and got to figure out who they are as people. But the positive side is I've met people like Ethan is online, and Lex, and Sam, and Ian from H3. And those people have the such pure fucking hearts. And like that's the type of shit that inspires you to keep going, because like if I can meet people like them, then I can just meet more content creators that like care and are like actual human beings that support each other and love each other. I will never be able to thank those people enough for supporting me. I'll never be able to thank Ethan and Lex enough for being with me when I tried to hurt myself a few weeks ago. Like, I have such a hard time liking myself. I don't talk about this much, but I have a very hard time with body dysmorphia. Having my hair visible for you guys right now is a big deal for me if you didn't know this. I hate my body. I've been on a path since I broke up with my boyfriend after I caught him cheating to try to get back in shape and to start taking care of my body again because I need to learn to love myself. And so I put myself out of my comfort zone to do things like post underwear photos for fun, like or do whatever I want. Like I have a show that I'm working on that I'm going to release soon called Only Bricks, where I interview OnlyFans models in weird situations and I let them pick a fun Lego set. And I want to give these people who get so much hate online because dumbass incels say they're hot girls that have no personality, or they just say that they're people that just rely on their looks. I think that's such a dumb idea, and I want to give these people the opportunity to truly prove who they are. That they don't have to prove that, but I want to give just this moment just to be like, look how fucking cool these people are for putting themselves out there, for making content that no one else has the fucking balls to do. And then you're going to see how genuinely cool they are. I cannot thank Morgue Pie enough for being the first person that, because Lex is episode one. Lex is the OG. I will say for the entire duration or the existence of Only Bricks, I will say that Lex will always be the person that deserves and it gets the ability to like. I want her to be my first episode that goes live. I want her to be on every season. It's so, but I have a friendship with her as well outside of that. Morgue Pie is someone that I met and didn't need to like me, like didn't have to. But especially after all this crazy shit, she still was so sweet to me and like wanted to record with me, and like she liked the idea of my show. And so I recorded this insane fucking episode of Only Bricks with Morgan, and we didn't even get like fucking 3% of the Lego build done. But like recording that with her recently was one of like the first days I've had in a very long time that was truly positive, and like I really really like I felt good about something that I was working on and looking to do, and I'm really excited to share Only Bricks with you guys. Um, I I know I've said it so many times. Thank you all for listening to me. I I'm I feel like I can now move forward with my career and put myself out there and start focusing on the content that I want to make for myself. I feel like I actually like I'm so thankful that you guys are trusting me and giving me this opportunity so I can do these things. And I want to prove to everybody that I am someone that, like, when I say I want to do charitable things, like I was the one that came up with I hate how content creators do a pride collection and take money from it. You should be donating more than your profits. If you donate less than 100% of your profits from a charity, that means you're taking fucking money from it and you're a piece of shit. So that's why I told Matt and Ryan that we needed to do 101% just to poke fun at those people that do that and do charity. And that stuff's important to me and I want to keep that going. Uh I That's just it. Um I I want to actually have a true safe space for queer people, and I'm so fucking disappointed that Matt and Ryan lied. And there are so many, and I'm not like, if you're not queer, I feel bad for you still that like you were lied to by Matt and Ryan. But I do hope you understand like what it's like to potentially be queer baited into thinking that this is a safe community. So if you guys don't know how to handle this Matt and Ryan situation moving forward, you got to find some sort of positivity from it, whether it's the friends that you've made from this community, because if you've made genuine friends, that's truly what matters here. Um, I I'm so sorry that you were hurt by Matt and Ryan. I'm sorry that I didn't have the balls to risk being sued and to speak up. I I wish I would have said things when I said them months ago, but I was scared. And I just hope you all believe that like this is not a push for me to try to get clout. I'm fucking terrified right now. I just it eats me the fuck up knowing that there are all these people that support these guys and just throw money at them because they think that they're representing a community and that they're doing good things when they're misgendering trans people that they love and making fun of people that killed themselves that they were close to. Anything and everything was on the table, no matter what your race or your identity or no matter what, like you could be made fun of by those guys. And it's inappropriate. I I've cried so much the past like year, and specifically the past 24 hours. Um the adrenaline from this stream is not going to like actually really hit me until like maybe an hour from now. So I'm sure I'm gonna tweet uh something, but I again thank you. I am I'm almost 100% sure that there are things that I left out. Um, and I'm trying to think right now what needs what needs to be said, but I will, if you all want my personal opinion, that is just my personal opinion. I believe that Supermega is a toxic business that represents nothing good, nothing positive, and the foundation that that channel is built on is fucking lies. And I think everyone here listening to this live or watching clips of this later, or if you listen to me, if you're listening to me now, please give Justin the opportunity to make content outside of Supermega and to Justin is a very young man. He's the youngest person out of everyone. And he was a fan of Supermega as well. And we all need to remember that Justin was a fan before his job and that he was manipulated by Matt and Ryan for many years. This is what I'm saying right now is my personal belief. It's not like it's shit that's being said. I spoke to Justin today for the first time since I was fired in February. I believe that Justin has made ignorant comments in the past, but he's a young man that grew up online and is influenced by the two guys that he was so massively into, like he was such a fan of. And so I please do, if anything, like I just say like please moving forward give Justin the benefit of the doubt to create his own content, because I swear to God, Justin Buttlag, that's his legal name actually. Sorry, buddy. I hate to ruin you and actually identify you, but Justin is seriously the funniest person at Supermega. He has the biggest heart. He's the only one that truly would take time to ask me if I was okay. And that's what I'm talking about employees, like people at Supermega. I'm not friends with Luke. Him and I never hung out outside of work. So all I can say about Luke is that he 100% was aware of his best friend getting cheated on and just let it happen. So you can deal with that how you decide what you want. But give Justin the opportunity to grow and make his own content, is what I'm trying to say. Because outside of like, give him the ability to go or give him the support and encouragement to focus on making content for himself, because that's where his true talent shines. And Matt and Ryan do not deserve Justin. He is such a good editor and is such a funny guy. So I hope nothing but the best for Justin. I hope he can move on from Supermega and show everybody what he's capable of, because he is one of the best editors and one of the nicest guys. I outside of that, I hope Matt and Ryan really are able to fucking move on and actually better themselves, but I truly don't think that'll happen. In my heart, I don't believe that they feel bad about this. I think they feel like they're victims right now. I'm willing to believe that they're looking at this whole situation right now saying, poor me. So uh, fuck those guys. I'll say that with a lot of confidence right now. Fuck Super Mega. Please don't sue me. Uh, please everyone remind Matt and Ryan not to sue me. I'll be very open if I get sued. I have a feeling that they're gonna try to. That's why I'm getting ahead of it now and just saying so. They're gonna try to, because of the non-disparagement contract that I signed. I was quiet because of that. I have found out that there is a law called the Silence No More Act. Thank you, California. There's still a possibility that they could throw a suit my way just to financially cripple me, which wouldn't be hard. But I'm not afraid anymore. I feel like Kevin McAllister when he screams, "I'm not afraid." This moment right now is the most confident in myself I have been this entire year. And I just want to prove to you all now, like, that I can do content on my own and have a community like that supports each other. And I just hope that I've proven to you all that I'm not a liar. I didn't lie about suicide, and having the trust of a community is so key to be able to make content. So it's having your guys' support that I can be trusted, that I'm not abusing that a position. Like being a content creator is such a thing that can be abused, and everyone keeps seeing it happen. People keep sexting fans. People keep doing the craziest shit because they only care about themselves. And it's fucking dumb. So, thank you to my community that has stuck with me this entire year. Thank you if you're listening to me. If you are someone that did not believe me and you are listening to me now, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to just speak and listen to my story. I just can't thank everyone enough. I'm so thankful that I'm able to do this stream right now. So I love you all so much. The love and support I've gotten today, I fucking cried in my bathroom like a baby this morning, just reading DMs from people that had told me that they had wished death on me in the past, um, and how bad they felt for that. And like, I have confidence that I can make content now, that I can actually be my own content creator without having to worry about this fucking super mega bullshit over my head. I I'm just so thankful. So, I'm gonna read chat for a split second, and then I need to. I, I'm gonna stream again tomorrow. Uh, so tomorrow we'll figure something out. But my best friend is in town right now. I haven't seen him in 2 years, and unfortunately, he had to deal with us leaving our trip early so we could come home and I could handle this situation. And I just feel really bad about that. So I want to talk to you guys for a moment, and then I need to go hang out with my friend. Uh, but I I love you guys. I'm reading chat now. Um, thank you guys. Um, I'm not gonna name who the content creator was that called out Matt and Ryan to in front of me. It's just not important who it was. It's just important that the importance of that story was to point out that there were strangers in the office that were recognizing the levels of favoritism and abuse, and that person called it out, and that's what's important. Um, I saw pop-up shop apology. If you were at the pop-up shop, I am so fucking sorry on how that situation was handled. To be able, you have to understand that it is such a weird way to have to formulate how many people can we get into a building. And I was so scared that there were people that weren't going to make it inside. Every one of us agreed. Every single fucking super mega employee agreed to continue the meet and greet after we sold out of the books. They, Matt and Ryan, oh my God, you guys just reminded me of something. Wow, here's something big. If you guys remember my tweet apologizing for the pop-up shop, if that tweet reads a little weird, maybe it's because the words weren't fucking written by me. Matt and Ryan wrote me an apology, texted it to me privately, told me that it was my job to tweet out their apology from my personal Twitter instead of tweeting it from the Supermega Twitter, where that's where all the followers were. Matt and Ryan made me apologize for the pop-up shop, even though it was an event that we all agreed on. They knew how much money was being made the entire time. They took multiple breaks, so when we would go to the back, we would check in to make sure that they wanted to keep it going. They were curious to know how much money they were making and how many people were buying the meet and greet. It was Jim's idea to put them in a fucking cage. I didn't want to put them in a cage. So you can all thank Jim for Matt and Ryan being the zoo exhibit. Um, and yeah, they were so fucking aware of it that they let me be the fall guy because they knew I would fucking tweet it out and be the fall guy. Uh, and their fucking apology that they wrote for me was so bad that I had to change a couple words in it because I don't say megheads. The tweet had like, hey, megheads written in it like so many times. And I'm like, I don't use that word. I thought that word was fucking stupid. So, like, yeah, those guys wrote me an apology. They told me that it was my job to post it from my personal account. And then they even specifically told me that Super Mega would quote tweet me to signal boost it. That way everybody knew that it was my fucking fault. It wasn't Matt and Ryan's fault. They didn't know, but they did. They knew the whole fucking time. They knew everything. Uh, they were so uh blatantly fucking aware of everything. They are calculated as shit. When you are on the receiving end of those two's bullshit, it sucks because Matt and Ryan, when they're really good at like, you think they're good at comedy duoing where they can yes and bounce off each other. If they're fucking mad, the two of them bouncing off of each other is terrifying. They will construct insane text messages. They are so good at putting you down when they put it on there. Like when they get their minds made up, they fucking go off. So I'm scared on how these guys are going to react. Um, I'm scared that I'm going to financially not be able to support myself because of potentially something that they'll do. But it's more important to me that people know the truth than being quiet because then that just allows them to keep going. Um, so let me read chat one more time. Thank you for reminding me that. Uh, um, love you, buddy. Oh, thank you, Jake. Unsubbing, you're such a sweet boy. I love you. Matt and Ryan should have done better. Should have treated you better, and like actually like they shouldn't have led you on with telling you that you'd have like a podcast someday or like like those guys just they like free work and they're really good at being good to people who are they're just good at being nice. Um so uh I did the guys check the Reddit often? Matt and Ryan are on their Reddit 24 hours a day reading shit, calling it their rant grumps. They are so concerned about it, and they'll just be like, man, we haven't done content forever. We don't got shit in the backlog. Why is everybody on the Reddit keep saying that we're not doing anything? And like that was just like the fucking vibe where I'm like, yeah. Uh so those dudes just banked off of getting everybody's Patreon money because the Patreon paid all the bills. And then they got to do a podcast that had ads on it. So it's like um, those Matt and Ryan weren't going to change. I don't think as people they will change much. I just think they you have 3K people here. Plug baked goods. Oh my God, fuck off. I'm starting a clothing line. One of my biggest dreams since I was a little boy was to own my own clothing company. I named it Baked Goods. I've been working on developing my own brand for years. I've spent so much time and energy on doing that on my own. But there's that plug. Fuck you, David. Um, but yeah. I just lost my place. Stay baked goods. I love you all. The kindness that I have gotten from my community, the love and support. Um, uh, Jake, do you want me to wait? Jake, are you telling me to check Discord because you want me to read that out loud? Please say so now. Um, oh yeah, you did. You blocked that out. Okay, yeah, I'm not reading it out loud. Got you, brother. H3 family is here for you. Honestly, it is the craziest thing to me that the H3 fan base has followed me for so many years. Uh, Last year, getting to make Ethan the chair was one of the greatest moments of my life. I uh, I couldn't be more. That day was just so special to me. Getting to um Oh wait, hold on. Everyone, should I be petty? Yes or no? Please be fast, because I'm I'm considering something petty real quick. Yes or no? Okay, the answer is yes. Okay. Okay. I had an idea this morning. I thought about a funny little tweet. All right. Go ahead and check Twitter. I just had a goofy little idea. I just made a little. I just made a little. I just made a little joke. Just made a funny little meme. Oh fuck! God damn it! I had a God this. Damn it! God damn it! I spelled it wrong. Minor spelling mistake spotted. Hey, if you can laugh and cry in one stream, that's fucking it right there, brother. I'm gonna uh I love you guys. You guys are just I just can't say how much I appreciate the love and support I've gotten from you guys, and whether you stick around and you continue to follow me and you want to support the other things that I want to do, or whether you're just here to witness this story and know what happened, I truly, truly, truly appreciate the support. Being listened to is I just can't thank you guys enough for that. I want to shout out my moderators. Um, my team of moderators have been so good to me. They are amazing people that I just have so much love for. Um, from the beginning, they supported me, and they have done free labor stopping hate, and like they just they're sweet people that deserve so much love and support. And my Discord, if you guys were in the Discord or you're not anymore, or you still are, or whatever, my Discord, I love my Discord. I love having a community that I can just fucking goof with, because having fun with my community is so important to me. So this is I mean, take out the drama here. Doing this, making I love what I get to do. I love the fans that I've had or do have, or the support. That's just the best way I can put it, is the support is beyond overwhelming right now. I I love you all so much. Uh so just thank you. I just hope you all know how much this just means to me. I originally was here to know what happened, but honestly, I really support you. Uh, Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, can't wait to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter with you again. I love you guys. How often off camera do they talk about making money off fans? Uh, and do you think they meant it? Um, I mean, it's not. I don't think it was like a constant thing where they're like, "Oh, look how much money we're making." That wasn't really a thing. They were just glad that they were making money, you know, like they just loved that they could show up whenever they wanted, And Ryan, I think, liked that he has a partner that never wanted to do anything because then he just got to stay home and play Sea of Thieves if he wanted. Um, or like, you know, will there be a VOD of this stream at some point? Yeah, I want to make sure this VOD's up. I want people to be able to share this information and spread it. The only way we're going to stop people from abusing their position of power over others is to continue call it and get out. That way, people know that if you are going to start sexting your fans, or if you're going to abuse your position, you will be exposed for it. And it's accountability is key. Um, People can't keep fucking getting away with that type of shit. It's so bogus. We saw uh the the entertainment industry has just been forever just known as a place that people are taken advantage of and there's no accountability and people get away with everything and it's yeah. Imagine how disappointed Markiplier is. Those guys shit talk Markiplier from the moment they wake up till they go to bed, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think they would care if Mark was disappointed in them. Uh, so, uh, were any of the people they collabed with pieces of shit? Yeah, Jim. Uh, so you should stay away from YouTubers. Here's the thing. I'm not going to stay away from content creators. I'm going to keep finding good content creators that I can collaborate with because yeah, Two Mad's a big piece of shit. Sorry, I saw that in the off to the side. Dude literally like just got called out for some shit and is going insanely turbo on just being a dumb fucking person. Did you ever meet Meat Canyon? I know they've collabed and you really, really like the dude. Meat Canyon is one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Hunter is by far so fucking talented. That man runs his business like a true machine and a true operation. I think I've net Hunter is if you ever watch him work or see anything like that, he is so good to the people that are around him. So yes, you all of everyone should be supporting Papa Meat. Hunter is truly Meat Canyon is the perfect example of what a content creator should be. He is putting out consistent new things that are always so different and the man is always outdoing himself. I can't say enough good things about Meat Canyon. So oh, he's Hunter's streaming right now. Um, I'll send you. I'll raid. I'm gonna raid Hunter. So you guys please give love to Meat Canyon. True, fucking, truly a good person. Um, so did they ever talk about the Game Grumps? Yeah, they would talk about the Game Grumps. They make fun of Brent all the time. So what about Tucker Prescott? Tucker Prescott is one of the um oh, please state that this is just a mix of opinions and fact. This is a big mix of opinions and facts. An awful lot of them are fucking facts. And my opinions are really fucking bold. But yeah, to say so, Tucker is so fucking talented. Those guys do not deserve they they do not deserve him. Um I really I have so much respect for Tucker. He as a creative, took his time to teach me about lighting, and Tucker really wanted to like help me be better, and I'll always really appreciate his how nice he was to me. Um, he's very chill. So do I know what happened to Jackson? Uh No, I haven't talked to Jackson since I avoided him at Matt's birthday party the day after he got fired. When I found out what he did, I wanted to hit him in the fucking face. I thought he was a pussy. So again, I don't like to hurt. I don't like violence, but I just thought he was a fucking moron for abusing those guys and taking advantage of them. Matt and Ryan did not deserve to be robbed. No one deserves to be robbed. No one deserves to be taken advantage of. Yeah, the dude showed up to Matt's birthday party after getting fired. That was ballsy. But yeah. Sorry. So there's a lot. Tomorrow we will stream. Um, I love you all. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak. If I no, they're not friends with him. So why are birthday parties such a big thing at Supermega? Who fucking knows? I do not know if Justin still works for Supermega. That's why I said earlier that I hope you all support him and encourage him to go out and pursue working for himself or pursue being just an editor freelance. Matt and Ryan do not deserve them. Uh, Thank you guys. Um, I sorry. I feel like there's more I need to say, but there's so much going on in my head right now. But uh the year of lag will continue. It will. I hope I get to see Justin soon. I I truly hope the best for him. Right now my goal is, just so you guys know, to I obviously, like, I need to take a little bit of a moment to uh yeah, I got to take a day to, or like I got to take like the evening to kind of like think about some shit and like decompress, but like I'm very full steam ahead about what I want to achieve and accomplish, and I love you guys and thank you for giving me this opportunity to keep doing things. So uh yeah, I'm just couldn't be happier with like my community, the opportunities I get. Um uh so yeah, the VOD will be available after stream. I'm gonna raid Meat Canyon right now. Uh I love you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I genuinely can't cry anymore right now. Um but thank you. I sound like a moron for just keep saying that, but I just hope you guys realize like how much this means the absolute fucking world to me. So thank you. Um, all right. I'm rating Hunter. We're I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to continue. Uh I yeah, that's 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 what I have to say. I love you all. Did we do it? Oh, nope. All right. You guys are the best. Like, seriously, I'm gonna go fucking probably smoke and cry. I love you all. See you tomorrow. I'll see you in the Discord. Um,
Thank you for your support and listening to me. It means the world. I love you guys. Bye.